Editors of newspapers and magazines often go to extremes to provide their readers with unimportant facts and statistics. Last year, journalists have been instructed by a well-known magazine to write an article on the president's palace in the new African Republic. When the article arrived, the editor read the first sentences and then refused to publish it. The article began hundreds of steps lead to the high wall, which surrounds the president's palace. The editor at once sent the journalist a fund of the exact number of steps and the height of the wall. The journalist immediately set out to obtain these important facts, but he took a long time to send them. Meanwhile, the editor was getting impatient, for the magazine would soon go to press. He sent the journalist 2 more facts, but received no reply. He sent yet another fax, informing the journalist that if he did not reply soon, he would be fired. When the journalist again failed to reply, the editor reluctantly published the article as it had ordinarily been written. A week later, the editor at last received a fax from the journalist. Not only the poor man being arrested, but he had been sent to prison as well. However, he had at least been allowed to send a fax in which he informed the editor that he had been arrested while counting the 1,084 steps leading to the 15th floor wall which surrounded the president's palace. The expensive shops in a famous arcade near Piccadilly were just opening. At this time of the morning, the arcades were almost empty. Mr. Taylor, the owner of a jewelry shop, was admiring a new window display. 2 of his assistants have been working busily since 8 o'clock and have only just finished. Diamond necklaces and rings have been beautifully arranged on a background of black velvet. After glancing at the display for several minutes, Mr. Taylor went back into his shop. The silence was suddenly broken when a large car, with its headlights on and its horn bustling, rolling down the arcade, it came to a shop outside the jeweler. One man stayed at the wheel while 2 others with black stockings over their faces jumped out and smashed the window of the shop with iron bar. While this was going on, Mr. Taylor was upstairs. He and his staff began throwing furniture out of the window. Chairs and tables went flying into arcade. One of the chairs was struck by a heavy status when he was too busy holding himself to diamonds to notice any pain. The wreck was all over in 3 minutes, for the man scrambled back into the car and it moved off at a fantastic speed. Just as it was leaving, Mr. Taylor rushed out and ran after it throwing ashtrays and bags. But it was impossible to stop these thieves. They have got away with thousands of pounds worth of diamonds. Have it ever happened to you? Have you ever put your trousers in the washing machines and then remembered that there was a larger bank note in your back pocket? When you rescued your trousers, did you find the note was whiter than white? People who live in Britain needed desperate when they make mistakes like this, and a lot of people do. Fortunately for them, the Bank of England has a team called Mutilated Ladies which deals with claims from people who feed their money to a machine or to their dog. Dogs, it seems, love to chew up money. A recent case concerns stream breathing, where finance John once a successful furniture business. John had a very good day and put his wallet containing £3,000 into the microwave oven for safekeeping. Then he and Jane went house-wizing. When they got home, Jane cooked their dinner in the microwave oven and without realizing it, cooked their finance wallet as well. Imagine their dismay when they found a beautifully cooked wallet and notes turned to ash. John went to see his bank manager, who sent the remains of wallet and the money to the special department of the Bank of England in Newcastle. The mutilated ladies, they examined the remains and John got all his money back. So long as there is something to identify, we will give people their money back, said a spokeswoman for the bank. Last year, we paid $1.5 million on 21,000 claims. Damaged banknotes. The Queen's head appears on the English banknotes, and lady referred to this. The Great Saint Bernard Pass connects Switzerland to Italy at 2,473 meters. It is the highest mountain pass in Europe. The famous monastery of Saint Bernard, which was founded in the 11th century, lies about a mile away. For hundreds of years, Saint Bernard dogs have saved the lives of travelers crossing the dangerous pass. These friendly dogs, which were first brought from Asia, were used as watchdogs even in Roman times. Now that a tunnel has been built through the mountains, the pass is less dangerous. But each year, the dogs are still run out into shown whenever a traveler is in difficulty. Despite the new tunnel, there are still a few people who actually attempt to cross the pass on foot. During the summer months, the monastery is very busy, for it is visited by thousands of people who cross the pass in car. As there are so many people about, the dogs have to be kept in a special enclosure. In winter, however, life at the monastery is quite different. The temperature drops to minus 30 degrees and very few people attempt to cross the pass. The monks prefer winter to summer, for they have more privacy. The dogs have greater freedom too, for they are allowed to wander outside their enclosure. The only regular visitors to the monastery in winter are parties of skiers who go there at Christmas and Easter. These young people who love the peace of the mountains always receive a warm welcome at St. Bernard's Monastery. Cats never fail to fascinate human beings. They can be friendly and affectionate towards humans, but they lead mystery lives of their own as well. They never become submissive like dogs and horses. As a result, humans have learned to respect feline independency. Most cats remain submissive of humans all their lives. One of the things that fascinates us most about cats is the popular belief that they have 9 lives. Apparently, there is a good deal of truth in this idea. A cat's ability to survive well is based on fact. Recently, the New York Animal Medical Center made a study of 132 cats over a period of 5 months. All these cats have one experience in common. They have fallen off high buildings, yet only 8 of them died from shock or injuries. Of course, New York is the ideal place for such an interesting study because there is no shortage of tall buildings. There are plenty of high wide windows to fall from. One cat, Sabina, fell 32 stories, yet only suffered from a broken tooth. Cats behave like well-trained paratroopers, a doctor said. It seems that the further cats fall, the less they are likely to injure themselves in a long drop. They reach speeds of 60 miles an hour and more. At high speeds, falling cats have time to relax. They stretch out their legs like flying squirrels. This increases their air resistance and reduces the shock of impact when they hit the ground.